Plaintiff Ashley Anderson has been best friends with the defendant for 13 years, and Ashley claims he's been arrested multiple times for drugs. Ashley claims the defendant eventually became addicted to meth. Ashley's suing him for breach of contract. Defendant Derek Davis became addicted to pain pills at age 14 after a back injury, and he started stealing to support his habit. Derek admits his drug use has led to a meth addiction, but he insists he has been sober for 8 months. He's countersuing for unpaid labor.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I've been best friends with Derek for about 13 years, and I've seen him in and out of trouble a lot of times, mostly arrested for selling drugs, and he's been in and out of jail multiple times, and each time I was there for him and gave him a place to stay. And when he'd do this, he'd usually stay with me for about 3 months, and everything would be going really well. And he'd start looking for jobs and everything like that. And then he'd suddenly stop showing up, stop coming back to the house. And that was when it was about 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago, he started getting into methamphetamines. And that's when things started going downhill. That's when he stopped paying me back. Because up until that point, I'd been able to trust him more.
Never went into rehab?
I don't know that he's ever been.
And come back to your house. You know that hasn't been the case with you.
Oh, no.
Go in, rehab, tell you he's going to do a great job. He comes out, say he's looking for employment every day. Next thing you know, his signs return.
Yeah, and I worked at a drug and alcohol rehab.
And then he stays with you and stays in the basement, drinks everything that's not in a aquarium, eats everything that's not locked up in a refrigerator or a freezer, and watches cartoons. I know that all too well. Multiple people, multiple times. Go ahead, sir. You give me some background on yourself.
Yeah, I have, like Ashley said, I have struggled with addiction for a long time. Really started when I broke my back. I started getting addicted to pain pills and everything like that, and which led to me stealing and breaking into houses and stuff like that, which also led me to going to juvie at a very young age. At 16.
What was your injury at a very young age?
I got into an ATV accident and I broke my back. I got 11 screws and 2 rods in my back.
At what age?
14.
Okay.
So after that, I addicted to pain pills and stuff like that. I went to juvie. While I was in juvie, my mom passed away. So it was a real hard time for me in there. So when I got out, my addictions from before just progressed and moved up to harder and harder drugs.
Your mother's death didn't inspire you to do right? Didn't you think when she died, you say, best thing I can do in her memory, and perhaps if she is somewhere looking down, the best thing I can do is change my life instead of getting deeper into what hurt her the most?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
What about crystal meth? How does your back problem turn into crystal meth? That's a totally different high.
Okay, yeah. It just we progressed from the pills, not being able to get the pills when I got out, to my family members introduced me into crystal meth, which led me into...
All right.
Right, so I've been struggling with that for a long time, and he's helped me out through my times, you know.
How many times have you been to rehab?
I've been to rehab 6 times.
Okay.
And, well, I've been clean for the last 8 months, working out of state in California, and I just got a concrete job that I came back to Texas for.
I give you a lot of credit for going 6 times.
Right.
That's admirable, and the only people that really want to stop go that number of times, unless they're forced to by the court or the family member who's threatening to put them out every time they come out and say, unless you go to rehab, you're getting out of here. And so you go to rehab. By the time you come out, you want you a fresh high because you ain't had none in 30 days or 6 months, and you know they'll knock you off your feet, a new fresh high after 3 months. Am I right or wrong?
Very right.
People don't think I know about dope.
I think you know about it.
You think I know
I
about
think you
dope?
know about it. You've been around.
Why are you suing him today, sir?
Well, Your Honor, most of it is unpaid rent during the times he was staying with me, and some loans
the
that I'd given him. He was supposed to pay me $350 a month.
Beginning when?
Well, there was multiple months. It's 2013, October through December.
Okay.
And then 2014, he stayed with me for a month, and then 3 months, and then 2015. That's the 2450. And then there were other loans, and I while he was in prison, I went and visited him all the time. And one of the times when I went and visited him right before he was getting out, I had him sign a promissory note while he was in prison, and I have.
See, I remember that from a different time.
And he's a good friend, sir.
Yeah,
I ain't never go and visit the people that I caught smoking in my basement. My friends and relatives who I took in out of rehab, thinking that I could help them change their life, and I come downstairs and they doing the same thing. I never visited them. I visit with you when you clean the life up.
I tried to go twice a week when I could.
You're a good man. You're a good man. Sir, what do you want to tell me about this agreement?
See, I don't believe I owe him anything because we never had an agreement about me paying anything. I figured it was him helping me out when I was getting out and all that other stuff.
You say you never had an agreement?
No, I was drunk and we was at his house.
So you had a drunk agreement?
Yeah. Well, I don't. Sure.
You act like you're older, man. Now you acting like you haven't been to rehab at all.
Well,
that's what dope fiends do. You got clear evidence in front of them, and they say, "Well, I don't know. I was high. I don't owe nobody nothing. I know I broke in my mama's house and took her TV. I know I busted out the windshield to go and get the airbag, but I'm not responsible." You sound crazy. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day. Your claim dismissed.
Hopefully we can still have our friendship like we had before, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I love him. He's like my brother too.
Yeah, man.
Basically is my brother. I love him forever, so.